Welcome back to Going Great Runs with myself, Jean-Luc, and my dad, Joe.
Hiya.
And in this video we're going to be talking you through my dad's training plan. So what type of runs do you usually do on your training plan, Dad?
Right, I've got two favourites that I always like to include, and that's interval sessions and hills. Now, it's not that I like hills, but the fact that you get so much out of hill. So we've just come up sort of like gradient. So when you first start running, so you take hills as like gradients, so you can see that the road goes up an upward incline, but it's not too steep. But when you then progress to hills, it's more a case of you do a quantity of hills, anything from 50 metres, where I tend to do about 150 metres now. You run up the hill, and I try and do it as a progressive run, so that as I run, I start off the first 3 hills about 65% effort, and increase that to about 75% effort for the next 3, and the last 4 go between 80 and 90% effort, and each time just recover on the way down. So 150 metres, 160 metres is a pretty good length to progress to. Then when it comes to intervals, again, 2 different ways you can do it. In our running club, we do intervals every other Monday to track, a local track. So it's a good measure, 400 metre track. However, that's not the only place you can do intervals. What I like to do on training plans is, if I'm going for a long run, like we are today, I try to keep my pace not a comfortable run. I'm always trying to push it. So in the moment, you see I'm breathing heavily, being 61, that doesn't help, but so I am pushing it around about a minute and 15 seconds off my PB pace. But what I would include is every sort of, after a warm up, about 2-3 kilometres, I will then introduce interval. Could be anything from 200 metres, where I go 70% effort, or 500 metres, I say 65% effort, or even a kilometre, and try again to get somewhere around 50 to 60% effort. And then gradually over time, increase the perceived effort, so that I get on a kilometre closer to 60, maybe 70% effort, or even higher. As your fitness you get more fitter, you can actually do more intensive runs, which again helps your VO2 max. More about that in another video, but it helps you to become fitter, basically. Allows you to the inset of DOMs to reduce. Okay, you're always going to hurt after hard intensive sessions. The key thing there is make sure you have a rest day and allow your body to recuperate. But then other runs I do, I'd say on Sunday, long run. Now I normally do this something like about 5:30 to 5 minute pace, which again is like I said, about a minute or 30 seconds slower than sort of PB pace, but then about length of run. Try to do at least 10k, and obviously when I started I built it up over time. Never go more than 10% on from one week to another, but I try to get more like 15k in, like we're doing today. Or if I'm on a training plan for a half marathon or a marathon, then you extend that length to something like to 20 kilometres, 21 kilometres, which is basically half a marathon. Obviously a marathon plan, you eventually got to get to about 30, 32 kilometres, but you never do that in one hit. And always be prepared with water. I have a hydration vest with bottles, that sort of thing. Always keep hydrated, gels, things like that, but more of that in a later video.
Just if we backtrack slightly, so we've already gone through how you started running. Let's just cross it. So we've already gone through how you got into running, but after that initial couple of weeks when you was going park run and you was walking and running it, how did you build a training plan from there? Do you remember at all?
Yeah, well, my next step, you don't have to do this, but my next step was to buy a Garmin. But in theory, you don't have to buy a Garmin to do it. But the Garmin, actually, you set in the sort of goals you want to achieve, and it gives you a pre-made plan. Now, I didn't follow it exactly. I must admit, my first one, I think it was a 5k plan. Yeah, it was. And the thing was, it got me saying I've got to run at a lower pace. And I thought, I can run faster than this. That was my first mistake. I should have followed the plan, you know, as best I could, being a novice, because I was running them faster, and I didn't really understand things like you should only really run 70 to 80% of your runs. As in, you should run them at a slower pace. It's only 20 to 30% that you run at a harder pace. So really, it was teaching me a lot of things. So that's how I did originally. But you can find loads of plans online. You just got to choose the right one for you. Just saying about the hills with camera grading now. As you can see, my CZ's going up. I'm struggling breathing because it is on the steep side.
Just I'll let my dad catch his breath back, because as he said, we're going uphill as we're talking. So I remember you was following, was it the Garmin 5k plan you started off with?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And with that, did you notice yourself going too fast for the majority of runs? And didn't you have in your mind that why are we having to go slower? Like, I'm already at the ability to go faster. Why are we running slower?
Yeah, exactly. I said I didn't follow it exactly when it was telling me to run slower, and realistically I should have followed it, because it's a case of it's gradual over time. Never go hard off straight away. And you'll hear so many times, if you do a run like a race type, most people start off too fast straight away, then they burn themselves out, and then they struggle to meet the target at the end. Where these plans are designed to help you get to your goal in a progressive way. So most plans are about 12 weeks, 16 weeks, or even 20 weeks, depending on what type of plan it is. If it's a marathon, it's obviously a lot gradual as opposed to a 5k, but realistically it should be at least 12 weeks, and it should be progressive. So in those plans you will have hills at least maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, intervals, and a longish run. And it might seem silly, you might think that why would I want to run long if I only want 5k? So the thing is, the longer you can sustain a certain pace, the faster you will be on a short distance. So you get better, your pace increases on the short distances.
And
so when I say a long run, I mean something like up to 10k when you're doing a 5k per hour.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
And would you say that any particular run is more important than another run? For example, a tempo to a hill, or?
Well, that depends on yourself for a start. When you start off, first thing to do is just jog, run like at a comfortable pace, and you gradually build it up. So that's important at that time. Then when you get more fitter, things like intervals and hills become more important to increase that, your fitness and your pace. And a good one is, like, which I should have mentioned earlier, I do social run, which is a conversational pace, which we do once a week with our club, and that increased my conversational pace from something like 7.5 minutes down to 5.5 minutes. At each point I was struggling at the time, like I am now, and we're running less than 5:30 pace. So although I'm finding it difficult because all these hills, that's the point of this long run. So we're doing endurance as well. Yeah, which doesn't seem like a really big hill compared to the one behind us, but they still take it out of you. But one other run I do enjoy doing is progressive runs. So I start off at a slower pace, and each kilometre I do faster than the last kilometre. So I might start off, part of me warm up, first kilometre, do about 6 minute pace, and I'll get close to 5:30 pace, and the last kilometre I will try to be 4 something. So each one 15 seconds or so, 30 seconds or so quicker, and that helps with your endurance and fitness and increase your pace overall.
Did you like that video? You must have. Go on, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks guys.